This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, Jim Jones claiming that he wrote for Camron, helped write all of his albums, might be one of the craziest things I've heard this year so far. And we've heard a lot of crazy things this year so far. But Jim Jones, you did not saying like one line or one word. Nah, yeah, I guess it technically is helping, but it's like you were there. You were Camron's support system for years. You were part of the crew. You were an important part of the crew. You were his, Pa's right-hand man, So, yeah, Jim Jones is important to Dipset. Absolutely. He's important to Camron's career. But to say you wrote for him and try to, take that away, you're taking away from your own legacy, because if Camron wasn't writing all of his albums, it diminishes Dipset as a whole. And you got to think about that, You just say, hey, we just don't rock with each other no more. Because you don't. Maybe one day you will again, but right now you don't. Tory Lanez spokesperson comes out and says that because TMZ, Rock Topics from TMZ, I think she did the interview with the guy who stabbed Tory. And, I'm not going to, bash her because she's just doing her job. But let's be real. We're not stupid, okay? We know, just like this, the spokesperson for Tory said, we're not dumb. People want to take Tory out. It's not like everything was cool and then everything wasn't cool between this guy in a matter of one night. And he was worried for his life. Something else is going on here that's bigger. It's obvious the tactics after he was stabbed that Rock Nation and their lawyers are using. It's really scary, to be honest. The power, it just shows you anybody can get power drunk. Give someone power for a while, and you'll see a power drunk person. Period. I don't care who it is. They could start out great, but people eventually get power drunk. YFN Lucci's home. He had a gathering the other night. I don't know what. This is definitely a publicity company that had all these people come out. Because, to be honest, But anyways, I'm glad he's home, right, for his family. I don't agree with him pushing the dead guy out of the car. I mean, that was weird. And I think it's very unfair that he comes home with no restrictions, really. Young Thug can't even go back to Atlanta. Young Thug can't rap about certain things. This shows you and there was definitely, he pushed a dead body out of his car. And there was footage of a drive-by, right? Still came home in a few years. Did take a plea deal, but didn't have all these restrictions. And I think that Young Thug should appeal his restrictions. Because I don't think that's fair, to be honest with you. I think I think they have a case study for an unjust treatment of Young Thug. Even though I think Young Thug's lost his mind, where he's going at Gunna and everything. That's besides the point. Fair is fair. Diddy trial, 50 Cent's mentioned. It says that all aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. This is Capricorn Clark. There was also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Reuven. So I guess this was one of his bodyguards. We're going to get into the full transcript in about an hour, because that'll be a good half the day. A good friend of Biggie Smalls, running back type body. That's who D-Rock is. Then the government says, did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a gun? He says, yes, in my home. The government says, what did he talk about? He says, Mr. Combs, told Chris Lighty he had a gun. He had a problem with 50 Cent. Government says, were you ever accused of stealing? He says, yes, jewelry. It had been given to me. It was a loan. It went missing? He said, yes. So 50 Cent, of course, reacts. And he says, wait, cut. Puff's got a gun? I can't believe this. I don't feel safe. At the AMA Awards, Shabuzi's face went cold when the woman next to him says, "The Carter family created country music." You gotta be kidding. Who wrote that script? Beyonce created country music? Come on, man. That's like saying Drake invented rap. Like, it's not even possible. Did they push it forward? Absolutely. But, like, come on, man. That's crazy. She didn't write it. It's not her fault. It's whoever the AMA is. I can't believe Eminem won the best male artist. Like, I think it's fans that vote. But you would have thought, like, Kendrick, Drake, or somebody like that would have won because they're more relevant in today's times. But it just shows you Eminem's fan base. Even Kai Cenat was like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Something's off. Tekashi is reduced to doing romanticdepot.com ads. That's funny. Gene Deal is desperate for Puff to be guilty because he knows if he gets let out, Gene Deal and a bunch of other people have issues because I think Diddy's so petty and so revengeful that eventually he'll try to get revenge on these people. Maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. But he'll get his revenge. Judge overrules prosecutor's objection to DNA and Kid Cudi bombing case for his car. It says feds tried to block report that didn't match Diddy. Yeah, nobody thought Diddy did it himself. Said, I'm going to overrule the objection, but I'll hear you sidebar after the redirect. Government says this DNA issue can mislead the jury. It says, we can prove this is up through a serologist. This is fair game for this witness. He says, for now, the objection is overruled. What about the summary charts? What are they being offered? Sometime next week, along with second to last witness before we rest our case. Wow, this is going to be over next week? Bringing in bank and phone records and texts is okay, but some texts is okay. So we'll have to see. And then lastly, we got Kevin Laus. Says Lady Luck demanded $30 million to stay quiet about alleged sexual assault. He denies it all. Lady Luck was like a battle rapper. I guess she got a record deal at one point. She used to battle Remy Ma. He says, 3 weeks ago, I received a letter from former Def Jam artist Lady Luck and her legal team threatening to publish a book and file a public lawsuit riddled with utterly false, horrendous accusations if I didn't pay them $30 million. Oh, she's trying the Cassie approach. Ms. Jones threatened to allege that almost 26 years ago, when signed to a recording artist to Def Jam Records, she was groomed. Ms. Jones also threatened to allege that I exposed myself to her and pushed her head towards my genitalia in an attempt to force her to perform oral while she was allegedly sitting in the driver's seat of my car. None of this ever happened. Her threatened allegations are totally false, and they're contradicted by Ms. Jones' many public statements about me and her experience at Def Jam. They are also odds with her continued outreach and relationship with both my family and me for the past 26 years. Her story is a fabrication. Rather than pay her and her legal team, I am publicly addressing that I view this to be an extortion attempt. It seems to be Ms. Jones hopes to leverage the current news environment to pressure me into writing an exorbitant check in order to avoid negative publicity that I will likely result from this false claims. I intend to vigorously fight any complaint that she may file, and I will take legal action and will take whatever legal action necessary against her and her attorneys who have participated in this attempt shakedown. Here are the facts. I signed Jones to Def Jam in 1999 after hearing her rap on Hot 97. As I have always done, I gave a talented young artist an opportunity with a lucrative deal, access to recording studios, and introductions to the most popular hip-hop artists of the time. In fact, she was featured on one of the hottest remixes in 1999, Simon Says, and on the Symphony 2000 with hip-hop giants. Miss Jones had a monthly column and something else. But you know what? Yeah, this is a shakedown. This is for sure a shakedown. Anyways, I will let you guys... Well, we'll be back very shortly with the Diddy stuff. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button. Peace.